let's be honest, I needed a haircut, and my wife is very good at it, so thank you, Sonia, for giving me this sweet new do. Well, it appears I am the king of speaking too soon. The all-day golden hour that I mentioned in my last video has turned into snow. Lots of snow. So there's a snow video coming up. But before we get into that, this video is all about trees, personal projects, and location scouting. Enjoy. It is windy today. It is ridiculously windy. Well, good afternoon, gang. You join me in sunny Scotland, where today I am shooting digital and I am going location scouting for film photographs. You see, I don't really location scout for my photographs. I just kind of go on beautiful walks and react to the world around me. But today, I thought I would premeditate, set my challenge for myself, and go out and plan a few compositions that I will inevitably come back to and photograph one day when the lighting is right. I have driven past these trees far too many times, and today, like, the light just looks amazing. It's a bit tricky though. It's a very weird place to take a photograph. I need something in the foreground. It's not really working from here. Checking for cars. Probably kind of one of those photographs that looks good in your head, and then when you take it, it's not that great. This particular photograph I'm not so fond of. I didn't think that this scene worked well, and I don't think I'm going to be returning to this location. It was definitely one of those photographs that was good in my head and not good when I actually made it. If I look back at most of my photographs, there was one theme or subject that I was photographing a lot without me noticing. And that was basically our relationship with trees. If you think about it, we have such a unique relationship with trees, and we have had this relationship for the entire time that we've been human beings. We grow them, we cut them, we burn them, we turn them into our furniture, we turn them into our homes, and even small little bowls that we serve food in. Our relationship with trees is increasingly interesting to me as a photographer. We rely so heavily on these things, and it seems like we are overusing them in our world and making less and less space for them as our civilizations increase. And so I have decided to commit myself to a personal project where I photograph our relationship with trees. Well, look at this. Speaking of wood and our relationship with it, I found a tree graveyard. I really love this scene. On the right hand side you can see all of the dead trees lying and waiting to be burned or used as firewood, and on the left hand side you can see the trees that are waiting to be cut down and turned into firewood. Separated by the massive tree in the middle, I thought that this was an interesting composition, and I actually might return to this place and take a photograph on film of this exact shot. Often we just take photographs for what's popular on the gram or what we know is going to sell, but there's another side of photography that's often overlooked, and that's personal projects. The photographs that are interesting to us as individual photographers, not necessarily interesting to the wide masses. the idea of personal projects in photography is not new. Vivian Maier is one of the best examples that come to my mind. Mrs. Maier is perhaps my favorite film photographer of all time, and it could be argued that her entire collection of work was one massive personal project, because not once did she ever show her photographs to another human being. You could argue that one day she was going to release it, but she never did, and nobody saw her photographs for her entire lifespan. They were only discovered after she had passed away, unfortunately. If you've never watched the documentary Finding Vivian Maier, I highly recommend you watch that. I'm going to actually do a video on Vivian in the future, so look out for that. But it's clear that her work was driving her to progress to a new height of photography. She was approaching subjects in different ways throughout her career, and she kind of honed her skill as a photographer through her own personal work. Certainly for me, my growth as a photographer has all happened because of my relationship with personal photographs and how I approach them. I'm always trying to get more meaning across in my personal work than I am in my professional work or work that I put on the Instagram. So I believe that personal work is going to put just the right amount of fire in your balls to go out and take more photographs and make them better. So the wind that is currently blowing my hat off has blown over several trees, just like this one. This is one of the bad ones. It's damaged the fence and the little bit of the wall here. They've cut it and they've littered the rest behind the camera over there. They haven't had winds like this that blow trees over in years, they said. So if you need any evidence for climate change, look no further. Well, I must be honest, this location scouting is not going the way that I thought it was going to go. I've maybe found one place that I want to return to and take photographs of, but that's not really the point. The point is to go out, challenge myself in a new way, and to see if there's anything that I can premeditate. So far there is no premeditation to be had. It's just some stories about how windy it's been and the chaos. Even though this location scouting wasn't the best, I still felt that I had one or two locations that I would go back to and take film photographs of. And now, with the snow outside, they might even be a lot more interesting than what they used to be when I shot these images. So I guess location scouting kind of works sometimes. If you don't have a personal project of your own, or if you've never looked at your work and decided what interests you as a photographer, I highly encourage you to do so. But if you do have personal projects, let me know about them in the comments below this video. I'd love to hear what you guys are shooting. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't done that already, because I'm going to be making a lot of these videos this year. And right now I'm going to go outside and shoot the snow because I've never done that in my life and I'm very excited. Anyway, see y'all in the next video. Peace out, homies.